us off here. A terrific performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back with more. Hold on tight and don't go away.
I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up. I need the energy all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. I need the energy all the way up. Come from the bottom, now I'm blowing up.
Look at that. That is spectacular.
That's amazing.
I need the energy all the way up.
Oh, my goodness.
No, he didn't. Gentlemen, that's gorgeous.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Hey, Kevin. The Bulls last season missed the playoffs for the 4th straight time. Coach Billy Donovan said you've got to enjoy the process, the struggles, the joys, the pain. You take both ends of it. There's always opportunities to grow and learn, and that's what's important. Kevin, the Bulls are hoping for improvement.
Donovan knows what he's talking about. I think he's on the right track. D.A., thank you. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Tristan Thompson.
We've seen him regress as a rebounder these past few seasons. His numbers have come down in that department, and I'd like to see him concentrate on bringing them back up. I'm sure the team would as well. You can never have enough rebounding.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Post-tandem for him, Morris and Zubats. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Batum. And it's Coffey in at the shooting guard position. And for the Bulls, Green is out there with DeRozan. And it's Vucevic. Then there's Dosunmu. And it's Levine in at the 2-guard spot. And with the postseason looming, Greg, any change in approach for the playoff contenders?
Goal number one is health. Outside of that, you're looking at seeding, trying to fine-tune, and just getting dialed in for what could be a long road.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
This season, 88% on the line, so he has been in a comfort zone.
First free throw is good.
Yeah, and of course, Marcus with a twin brother, Markieff, went to college together, played in the pros together. You'll have a hard time finding a closer pair of siblings.
That misses, so he splits the free throws. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Bulls. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You know, sometimes great skill can overcome a lack of intensity, but it's very rare.
And at times, it just feels like DeRozan is still underappreciated. Receives a lot of criticism for what he doesn't do and not enough credit for what he does.
Now, here's Batum. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Shot clock at 5.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Lets it fly. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt. And DeRozan's talked about using negative press to his advantage.
You know, he said you have to be able to take criticism if you want to be great. Use the negative energy to become something more than you thought you could be. And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
It makes sense, right? You're trying to get off to a fast start, and he can help with that.
Outside for Jackson. Knocks down the 3-ball.
Reggie Jackson.
You love the balance from Reggie Jackson, generating more power in the catch and shoot.
Passes it to DeRozan. Back to Green. Now here's Dosunmu, guarded by Jackson. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. Too open that time, made it look too easy.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
35 seconds left to play in the first. And the basket by Jackson.
Nice retort by Reggie Jackson. He's one of those guys you don't want to let him get hot.
Dosunmu, the pass to Levine. And Zach Levine gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
So Chicago ends up going with the new group. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for Los Angeles. Here's Mann. A special move before the shot.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
And here's White. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Clippers ahead. They're up by 2. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
Look who's coming out of the court.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
And that has helped them build an advantage here, playing with good focus and good energy.
Chicago trailing here, setting the floor for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Hartenstein in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Thompson. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Jones with the screen on Kennard. Brown drives in. Here's Caruso. Off target with his 3. After a whistle, we often see players demanding their coach challenge the call. Greg, were there plays you wish you could have challenged in your career?
Oh, my goodness, absolutely. But the game was just so different back then, and we had other ways of resolving issues and letting the refs know we maybe didn't appreciate a call. Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Paul George has taken some heat in recent years. He says people get so caught up in what other folks think. I'm Paul George. I don't care to be anybody else. I am who I am. You love it or you don't. Simple as that. Guys, with his play on the floor, he has answered all of his critics.
He is certainly playing at an elite level. DA, thank you. Now, here's Kennard. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. From 13, no good off the back of the rim. Bulls have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Outside, White. And it's Isaiah Hartenstein with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
His first personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
Outside DeRozan. Floats one up, and it's good on the layup. DeRozan's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bulls.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Both teams putting forth their best efforts right now. This is the kind of game fans pay to see.
Now, here's Green after the miss from Reggie Jackson. Vucevic against Covington. Here's Levine. Vucevic trying to get open. Levine can't hit.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
It's stolen by DeRozan. Jackson against Green. And Green slams it in.
I love the vision by DeMar DeRozan. He found the wide open teammate.
Here's Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got 8 points.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. The Bulls lead by 2. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Billy. I heard you tell the guys to take it to them and play with more physicality offensively. What did you mean?
Well, just I think when we're getting the ball inside around the basket, at times we got to go up a little bit stronger and play through the contact and go to the rim.
Tough sledding in there, but you got to get there. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Back to you.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
Welcome, everyone, to halftime. The Chicago Bulls find themselves in a good matchup here at the break. And it pains me to say this, but I think we need some insight from Professor Diesel. Secrets to success in the second half?
You want the regular voice of the professor, Ernie?
I'll take whatever you got.
It's easy, Ernie. Whoever decides the EOEP has the extinct advantage.
Wait, the strategy. What is EOEP? What does that even stand for?
Well, I'm glad you asked me, pupil Kenneth. You know this, execute on every possession. It's what I said to myself. EOEP, execute on every possession.
Was it just me, or did I hear you say they have an extinct advantage?
Is that what I said? I don't know what I said.
Oh, now, thanks for admitting it.
Oh, we're still on the air.
And let's shift focus now to the featured matchup with the Chicago Bulls, who find themselves in a close one.
Most of the damage they're doing is in the paint. They've made a concerted effort to work the ball inside, create high percentage looks. And that could open up the perimeter for them in the second half, with the D worried about the postgame.
And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And it's good to have you back with us as we celebrate St. Patrick's Day with more NBA action on 2K Sports. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for Chicago right now, they've got Vucevic, DeRozan out there with Green, then it's Zach LaVine, and it's Dosunmu in at the 1. And here are the Clippers now, following the score by DeMar DeRozan. Zubac against Vucevic. Zubac, a screen on LaVine. Just 5 on the clock. And that one, good. He's got 5.
This is where Morris can kill you. He's pretty much claimed that in-between game.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, mid-range jumpers are something of a lost art these days. They're still practiced by superstars like Kawhi Leonard. Coach Ty Lue said, why not work on the shots that teams are giving up? Down the stretch, mid-range shots win games. Playoffs, too. If you shoot it at a high clip, it's just as good as a 3 for me. Guys?
And they do shoot it at a good clip, and they rely on it quite a bit. David, thank you.
And you see the body control. Morris taking the hit there, but still able to complete the play.
To the middle. And the rejection by Zubats. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. For the tie, he takes it up and lays it in.
Morris Sr.
And it's a tie ball game.
Terrific game plan coming out of halftime. A perfect 3 for 3 from the field.
DeRozan against Batum. And it's DeRozan missing. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Zubats the pass to Coffee. Here's Jackson. It's deflected. Pass to Zubats. They double him with Green, and Nikola Vucevic is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. Chicago making a switch here. White's checked in. Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers.
Coming onto the floor for the Clippers.
Here's Zubats. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Kennard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
DeRozan. That one's not going to go.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
For the lead. Oh, off target. And we wrap up the third and looking to be an exciting fourth quarter. And we'll be back with you right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Hartenstein is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's man in at the point guard position.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Clippers.
One thing that stood out all game is the consistent penetration they've gotten.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Sharpshooter Kennard is valuable. A guy who stretches the floor and works very hard.
Vucevic dishes to Levine. Takes it inside, and he uses the glass on the lane. And that's now 6 points for Zach LaVine.
The coaching staff needs Zach LaVine to perform at his best when it matters, and he did it.
And LaVine with the block. Here's Caruso. It's White on the wing. The pass to Caruso. On the wing, Thompson.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
LaVine wide open. It's good, and they get the go-ahead bucket. And the Bulls lead by 2.
You know that he's always going to find a way to get the ball in tight situations like that and knock it down.
At the crossover. Makes it off the glass.
There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
Well within striking range. Now is when you have to lock in at both ends.
Ball stolen. Pass to Hartenstein. And there is the whistle. It goes on Kobe White. That's his first foul.
And And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Brown is checked in for Zach LaVine. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Coffey's checked in. Here's the three. Hits it from three-point range.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Fantastic anticipation. He has active hands. Even though he doesn't come away with the turnover, he's disrupting their offensive flow.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Green is checked in for Thompson. DeRozan comes in for Brown. And it's Dosunmu in for Alex Caruso. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. And he's pushing them to empty the tank. He said, I know you're tired and it's been a tough game, but we can't hold back. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I want you full speed. Guys.
Thank you, David. Get that bucket in no time at all. And it's a 5-point Clipper lead.
And coming down the stretch here, both teams still on fire.
Yes, and if you love offense, you're loving this matchup. It's been a highlight reel affair.
Now here's Green. Now here's Dosunmu. Over Jackson. And again, no good by Chicago. And the Clippers have possession. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Zubac's a screen on Green. Another one falls to the Clippers.
And it was going back and forth there for a while, but now starting to just stretch out that lead a bit. They're definitely looking like the better team.
Clippers substitution.
We've got 13 seconds left in the game. Connects from downtown.
Well, you wonder why we're seeing so many points tonight. Just look at the D.
And late in the game here, it's just as important to get stops. We'll see if either side is up to the task.
So both teams making some changes here.
Look who's coming onto the court. Get up and get loud for the Lovables.
11 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's his second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for the Clippers, Amir Coffey, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And that's a wrap. Those free throws being the nail in the coffin.
This one for 3. Dosunmu's shot is off. So the Clippers with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And that'll do it, folks. Now for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. And now our New Balance player of the game, Marcus Morris.